All right, we have a little project we're going to build for Chrissy. We've got some little boxes for some organizing these graphic pieces, and I figured we could build them in the shop. So one thing I need to do is I'm going to use a table saw with a dado blade to cut out some of these little grooves around the bottom. That way the plywood pieces will actually kind of fit into each other. So, being kind of handy, we're actually going to use a 3D printer to print out a dado gauge. So, I'm actually going to open up. Actually, first, there's actually a website called Thingiverse. It's pretty cool. You can actually go to and find any kind of nifty little tool or toy, whatever you want to use to print out with a 3D printer. It's all royalty free. You can actually tip the designer. It's a pretty nice deal. It's free to sign up, free to download. And here we can actually see some things I've kind of collected on here. And this is the saw blade and dado blade height gauges. Pretty cool, nice little tool. That way you can actually quickly and easily set up a router or a dado without having to get your tape measure out and kind of guess at the actual size or the height. So file's already downloaded. I'm going to open up Slicer, and then we're going to set up to 3D print. So hopefully we can see everything here. Okay. I'm going to go and add in the STL file. So we're going to do that dado gauge. Now we import the file. You can actually see, if we zoom in a little bit, has the different heights kind of engraved per se into the gauge. And I'm going to check my settings. Print filament printer. Make sure we're going to do 30% infill, make it pretty strong, but doesn't waste too much material or anything. Temperatures are good. These are some settings that I've kind of been playing with for a while that actually work pretty well. And then looks like everything's good. And I can click arrange and it'll automatic the center. And then from there, we'll just click export G-code. And we'll name it dado gauge. That's pretty much it. Now we're going to go plug it into the printer and see how it goes. Okay, take two. Got the build platform in there. GoPro's going. Got all the junk cleared out of the nozzle. Let's go dado 3. It's got about 20% infill. Let's see it start off. Alright, we're all done. Only 1 hour and 42 minutes. The dado gauge. Okay, now we got a few things that are finished printing. The dado gauge is all done now. Trimmed off the brim and the skirt around it. It did pretty decent. For some reason, I need to do a little research on how to fix this, but kind of near the end, it gets a little stringy. I don't know if it's the speed or maybe the cooling. But other than that, overall, pretty good quality. I do need to figure out how to fix these little areas in the print, but it really doesn't affect the overall accuracy or use of this piece. I mean, it's structurally sound for what it's going to be doing. It doesn't really affect it much, but yeah, this is a dado gauge, and the print turned out pretty nice. And earlier the other day, this is the saw blade height. Goes anywhere from 1/8 of an inch to inch here, and then all the way to 2 inches. Kind of a nice quick gauge. Just set this on the table saw and run the blade up, and that's pretty much how you can easily determine height. And then we also have, this is a DeWalt battery holder, printed in all of Milwaukee colors. Here's another DeWalt holder. And then this is actually a Milwaukee tool holder that I printed for Zach. This one's kind of beefy, probably a little bit unnecessarily thick, but it works just fine. And then this is actually a really nice design I found on Thingiverse, which is a Milwaukee battery holder. Very, very low density as far as overall total material. It's a really nice design and pretty quick to print too. So, but anyways, showing our dado and our saw blade height, and then now we can go build some boxes.